This. And we are live. What is going on? It's Thankful Thursday with Paramount USA. And we're all hanging out at Lindy's Treehouse tonight. I'm super excited that a song came in my head. And I thought, well, I don't have music, like everybody's got the fancy music. So I'll just sing you a real quick little tune. I know you guys all know this country song and all that. Okay. Woke up this morning, stumbled out of my rack. I opened up the paper to the page in the back. It only took a minute for my finger to find my daily dose of destiny under my sign. My eyes just about popped out of my head and said, the stars are stacked against you, girl, better get back in bed. I feel lucky. Whoa, I feel lucky, yeah. No Professor Doom's gonna stand in my way. I feel lucky today. Woo! There you go. There you go. And everybody applause, yeah. Hey, Bill H. What's going on? Bill H is in the house tonight. Welcome, everybody. I hope you all like my singing. I'm the karaoke girl. I miss karaoke, I do. So every week, I'll just open the show with one of my songs. What do you guys think of that? Did you all like it? Did you like my song? Did you wonder who the heck is singing? Who's got that awesome voice? It's been a while. I have to start practicing, before I get on the show. So, but I like Mary Chapin Carpenter. She's my favorite. She is my favorite. But welcome, everybody. I'm so glad you're here for Thursday night. We're going to have a great show tonight. I always have little things up my sleeves. You know what I'm saying? And I always get you guys, make you think and all that. Hey, Tony. Thanks, Mr. Tony, Mr. Vegas at American Idol. Watch out. I love it. I love it. I know the whole song. I do, but I don't want to, go into the whole song. But yeah. She's my favorite. I used to sing that at karaoke all the time. So thanks, Tony. I had to surprise y'all because, people, they open their shows with all their fancy videos and songs or whatever, music. And so now I have to get creative and make my own songs. That's what I have to do. That's what I have to do. So I hope you're all having a great week so far. Mine's been good. The snow finally stopped, and the snow came down today. Amazing. Beautiful sunny day. How is your weather over there, you guys? Is it in the 80s? Tony, is Vegas in the 80s yet? Let me know how you're if you guys can start flying yet. Can't start flying here yet. It's still too cold, but some people probably do. Oh yeah, that's right. Joe Adele, Mr. Indiana. He flies in the wintertime. Yeah, he flies a lot in the wintertime. Yeah, I'm just waiting for everybody to get in the chat. Yes. That's very, very sad. I was literally, Tony said, to the crash victims, Black Hawk helicopter and passenger plane. Yes, Tony. Yeah, I was literally up till 1 o'clock and 1 o'clock in the morning. I watched it because I watched Robert's Church, and then 11:30 his church was done, and then I followed everything on the news last night, and I couldn't go to sleep. So 1 o'clock in the morning, I finally went to sleep. Weather is bad today, but you're going to fly on Saturday, Bill H said. That's good. Yeah, you need to get back out there. That's for sure. It probably makes you crazy if you don't fly, I'm sure. So I hope my lighting looks okay. I've been playing lighting things to make sure that everything's all, wait, but that's all you guys can see me. And Walter from Australia is in the house. What's up, Walter? We all know it's going to be tomorrow, and Walter's in the house from Australia. What's going on, Walter? You sweet Aussie, you. My sugar. He's the sugar. Yes, Walter's the sugar. He's a great guy. Thank you, guys. Yeah, jump in. Let's do this. You got a whole group? Bill H said the whole group, about 7 to 10. Oh, that's cool. Good for you. I think that would be a lot of fun. It's always fun to fly with a bunch of people. That's great, Bill. Yeah, be careful. Be careful out there. Goodness gracious. You know, I've been watching everybody, and pretty much I've been, making my notes and all that stuff for the show. And I was sitting, kind of sitting here. Anybody who's listening or watching, my viewers and all that, welcome to Thursday night. It's Thankful Thursday. I get super excited about Thursday nights. I can see all my peeps, and I appreciate everybody following the show and subscribing. Please keep the subscribing going. Don't be shy, and don't be shy. Jump in the chat, say hi to everybody. We don't bite. We really don't. We don't. Well, I don't know. Maybe some of them do. I'm not sure. I haven't checked them yet. Yeah, if they bite or not. But yeah, jump in, climb up the treehouse, and just hang out with us for a couple hours. And we always have a lot of fun. We do a lot of different things in the chat and all that. Tony asked, "Where's Gypsy?" Gypsy is working. She works nights. And was Scuba in the house? Hey, Scooby-Doo. What's up, Scooby-Doo? Welcome. Hi, Munchkin. Love you, girl. I know you're there. I know you're there because I love you. Scuba says, got a raise today, and I still can't afford McDonald's. Yeah, I believe it. Yeah. And Tony asked, where's Michelle? Michelle is also working. They both work nights. Yes, they both work nights. I know I miss them immensely. Tony, you can be a co-host. I'm taking interviews. Anybody who wants to join me on Thursday nights, be my little co-host, would be really cool. But, it's okay. I'm just literally, winging it on Thursday nights. But I don't mind. I'm getting used to following the chat and chit-chatting with everybody. And, yeah, I've had a real good week. I can't complain, about anything. A lot of people are going through a lot worse things right now. And every day not just Thursday is thankful. I'm thankful every day. Just for waking up. I text both my boys every day and say, Mama loves you. And they always say, I love you too, Mom. Every day. I just let them know I'm thinking about them. And it makes a big difference. It really does. Because life's too short. And I love you guys. See, I love you guys. So I'm going to tell you right now. Yes, I love you guys. And every week when I open the show, I'll start out with a different song, karaoke song, like I did today. Try and get creative if I don't scare everybody away. Because I want to do that. Because I'm having too much fun. Do you know that this is the last, our last Thankful Thursday of the month? January just flew by so fast. I mean, goodness gracious. I have calendars all over the place on my desk, and I keep track. The older you get, you got to keep track of all that stuff. And see, yep, that's right. Tony said, damn, now I got to text my mom. Seriously. I pretty much, if I miss a day, then the next day. I send them a little prayer. I send them text them some encouragement, and just let them know, Mom loves you. And anytime when I go to Ryan's, I hang out at Ryan and Leslie's house, before I leave, I got to get my hugs. And he knows. And I've always raised my boys that way. we need our hugs. And because I love hugs. Love hugs. Walter said, hope Robert and Anthony Gringo are safe in these fires traveling south. Yeah, they're doing okay. Well, they did get a lot of rain, so that helped. But what concerns me is North Carolina is having fires, bad fires right now. And I DM'd Mark Honeycutt because he was affected by the fires and he lost all his equipment and everything. You know who Mark Honeycutt is. Really, super nice guy. And now he said, when I messaged him last night or yesterday, he said that the fires were only 30 minutes from where he lived. So, gosh, he said, so far so good, but those poor people can't get a break. It's really sad. It's really sad. But I just messaged him tonight just to check on him because that's how, that's what I do. Got to check on my friends and everything. And like I said, life's too short. Yeah. I try and make a habit to talk to my mom at least once a week and just say hi and do a little chit chat, for an hour or so. And she just loves to hear from me. And she's happy that her daughter's all her kids are finally back in Michigan. We're all together. And so it's really good. So let's see. So I'm going down the list here. And I want to say happy anniversary to Michelle and JT Wardell. I love them so much. They're part of my Para family. They just had their 30th wedding anniversary. So please wish them a happy anniversary, JT and Michelle. I wish you a happy anniversary and many more years to come. As far as I know, JT, 2 days ago, JT is still in the hospital, but he's doing better. And we'll keep prayers out for JT. So I want everybody in the chat, because I don't know if Michelle's watching. I want everybody in the chat for good kudos and all that stuff to JT. Put live, laugh, love in the chat. Everybody type it in. Live, laugh, love. I want to see it in there. Okay. Live, laugh, love. And you even put a woohoo. Put a woohoo in there too for JT. Hi, Will Fly. What's going on? Thankful Thursday. Yep. Everybody put live, laugh, love. Woohoo. Remember, he always did us woohoo. This is for you, JT. We love you. We love you. Oh, I love this. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. This is what this show is all about. It really is. It's just about, and maybe first timers are watching the show for the first time and wonder, who is this crazy lady? Our show is just, I do my show just to make everybody feel good. We just talk about life. That's what it is. We talk about life. We share stories, just like when you were growing up and you sat in your treehouse. The treehouse. I smelled a mouse. I swallowed a mouse. Yes, the treehouse. And yeah, we all just hang out in the treehouse and we tell stories and we laugh and we cry and just make everybody feel good. So Scuba said, I see the GoFundMe for Chris to hit the goal. Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. I am so happy. I feel my heart goes out to you, Shani. We love you very much. And don't think for a day I don't think about you. And Krista's your angel. Yeah, Crystal's your angel. I love it. The live, laugh, love. Thank you so much for putting that in the chat for JT. I know if Michelle is watching, that's really cool. But I have, let's see, and what else? Let's see. Okay, so I said Mark. Let me check my phone because my phone went off a minute ago or whatever. And let's see if that was him or not. Okay. So Mark Honeycutt, he just texted me, and he messaged me whatever. And he said he has not seen anything really. Haven't looked at the news either. Okay. Well, we want Mark to be safe. And I'm surprised that the news hasn't done more, talked more about the fires in North Carolina. The only place I saw anything about that was on the Weather Channel. So so far it sounds like Mark's doing okay. Our prayers go out to you, Mark, for your safety and everything. And I want to send prayers out to Eric and Jade. And Jade is going to have surgery on her other leg, and we'll pray for her for strength, and also for Eric. I love you, JD. I love you, Eric. You guys are all, you're my family. So we are going to get the show started. Okay. So if y'all, I don't know, I don't think Will heard me sing unless he was listening before he got in the chat. But yeah, I like when I wake up in the morning, I feel lucky just waking up. You know what I mean? At this point in my life. Tony said, I'll be better at looking at the chat too, you guys. Let's see. Tony Marzano said, Mr. Vega said he made me feel old. I thought all the kids did it growing up. And Will Fly said, Tony, I had forgotten all about that until you mentioned it. Oh, I missed something in the chat. What are you guys talking about? Sorry. I'm trying to follow my notes and keep the show going here and all that, and have my drink of water. What'd y'all have for dinner tonight? Tell me what you had for dinner. I had a pot pie. What'd you guys all have? Yeah, and you're talking about age, the age and all that. I pretty much stopped counting. Will said making a whistle out of a box of raisins. Tony said whiskey. Okay, well, as long as you eat. Yeah, Tony said he had whiskey. Okay, well, as long as you eat later, you're good. Scuba said on keto, so very little. Okay, well, as long as you're not starving, Scooby-Doo. As long as you're not starving. Are those keto meals? Do you just go to the store and buy them? Like, are they in the freezer section or something? I just wondered, do they have much taste to them? It just sounds like keto, much flavor. Will Fly said chicken and noodles and cabbage with fresh bread from Sam's Club. Oh, there you go. Cabbage with fresh bread. What? Okay, so you have like a cabbage sandwich, Will Fly? Chicken and noodles and a cabbage sandwich? Cabbage and me, the only cabbage I like is if it's like a coleslaw. Okay, Scuba said negative. Okay. Will Fly said, Scuba, bet you'd give your left nut for a Bojangles biscuit right about now. That's one way to put it, Will Fly. That's hilarious. Bet you give your left nut for a Bojangles biscuit right now, wouldn't you? Scuba said, you must be creative and buy low-carb things. I don't even know what that means. The creative part, yeah, but buy low-carb. I'm not very creative in cooking. That's for dang sure. Scuba says, yum, Will, it's right down the street. Oh, so Bojangles is, what is that? Is that a restaurant or something? I know the song. Mr. Bojangles. That's a good song. That's a sad song, too, Mr. Bojangles. That is sad. Okay, so we are going to start the show. Munchkin said she would give the right nut. Oh, you guys, I love you. I love y'all. They just opened one here in Vegas. It's like a KFC, except better. Oh, cool. Yum, yeah. KFC is not the same anymore. Sorry, KFC. You're not the same anymore. You're just not. I think he got old or something and just doesn't taste the chicken doesn't, the biscuits don't taste the same. Okay, so we're going to start the show. My chatters. Thank you for all being here tonight. Got Tony in the house. Will Fly. We got Bill H. We got Scuba, Munchkin. Who else? Who else? Am I missing somebody? Who am I missing? Who am I missing? Tony said a lot of them are not the same from McDonald's too and Taco Bell. Yeah. Ugh. Taco Bell. Bleh. No, I'm big on Taco Bell. I like my chimichangas, but I like it in a restaurant, fresh. Will Fly said, Scuba, tell her that her request is approved. There you go. So I'm going to read this real quick, and then we're going to get into our topic of the night, okay? It's going to be kind of fun. I'm going to read this. It says, celebrate. Life is too short not to celebrate. Too often we concentrate on our failures or the negatives we encounter. Enjoy the successes. Savor the victories, big or small. Make them memorable and worthwhile, and you're more likely to repeat them. Laughter is wine for the soul. So did you guys all hear that? Did you like that? Say yes or no. Did that work? Because sometimes I know you're not listening. You are, but you're not. I like that. So celebrate you. Okay. So tonight's kind of celebrate you. Scuba says 2 steak biscuits from Bojangles is nice and it's cheap. Then I throw on some strawberry jelly. Okay, now I'm making myself hungry. Okay, Bill said yes. Okay, so that's life is too short not to celebrate. So celebrate you, celebrate waking up in the morning, celebrate that roof over your head and the clothes on your back and all that, because somebody out there, what you have now, wishes that they did, and so, gosh, yeah, I wake up every morning, I'm just like, thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. So, let's see. I learned a new word today. Okay, and I learned a new word. It's called life quakes. Instead of earthquake, you call it a life quake. So what would you say on a scale, like an earthquake scale? What would you rate your life quakes on? My life quake, I would say, would be 4.0. And I look at it just enough to shake things up, but not knock me down. That's what I feel like. All the quakes that I went through the last 4 years. Okay. I would say a 4.0. Pretty shaky stuff. So is this a duck joke? No, Tony. It's life quakes, not life quacks. It's like earthquake, life quakes. So what would you say, like an earthquake, and like how they do the earthquake, how strong the earthquake was? How strong do you think in your life would be? It's quake, Quakes, not life quacks. There's enough quacks out there, enough Cracker Jacks out there, that's for sure. Okay, so Bill said 7.5 here. Okay. Well, I said 4 point. Yeah, I said 4.0 the last 4 years because moving and all that. I look at it, like I said, it was just enough to shake things up, which it did my whole life. But just remember, whatever, like what Bill said, 7.5. But it may have shook you up a little bit, but not enough to knock you down. So I think I just kind of added my little stuff, little things to that. I want to see some numbers. Greg B in the house. Hello, Aussie. How are you? Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. And Walter said he's felt an 8.6. Okay, that's really, woo. Yeah, that'll knock you down. Tony asked, is that with the blue pill? Is that with the blue pill? No. Tony, Mr. Vegas, you crack me up. life quakes. That's my new word. That's the new word of the day, life quakes. So whenever things start shaking up in your life, then you can say, oh no, I feel like quake coming. Will Fly said Tony's getting all political and stuff now. Oh, I gotcha. Okay. All right. What's going on, Craig B? How's the weather over there for you? And how's the weather over there in Australia, Walter? Are you guys almost like neighbors? Like how far apart do you live from each other, Walter and Craig? Because you're both in Australia. Bill H said, I had a lot of things happen like retirement, which is a loss of income, loss of family and friends. Now, Bill, okay, you got to look on the bright side of things, okay? You got to weigh the negative with the positive. And it sounds like to me that you're doing good. You're doing awesome. And yeah, you got to think positive, Bill. Promise me you'll think positive. And you think positive, good things will come. Good things will come. I retired too in 2020. You know, I'm not the richest person on earth. Okay, so bear with me here. I'm going to scroll down here. Craig says it's very hot. Yeah, you guys are still in your summer. And Walter said, good day. And Will said, yeah, Bill, you still got us. And Tony said, always. There you go. You got a friend in me. Write that song. You got a friend in me. Okay. Anyway, yes, Bill, chin up. I used to be that way too, you know. When everything was upside down, I'm like, I'm never going to survive this, and I got to move, and I got divorced, and now my life is over. Not really. But just the beginning. But I didn't realize that at the time, right? Because you're so into your feelings and your emotions and all that, yeah. So anyway, Bill said he's flying Saturday, so I'm good. Good, Bill. Good. I'm glad that you're getting out there and flying. All right, so everybody, listen up. We are going to study a word tonight, okay? And I chose this word because it has so many meanings. Paramount USA, Tony wants to know if you know why they sang that song. I don't know. It just came in my head. It's probably something that I have no idea. I can't remember. Was that Barney that sang that song or something? Was it a commercial? Maybe I saw it on a commercial. Hey, John Wayne, what's up? How are you doing? You feeling good? John Wayne Cowboys in the house. Yes, welcome everybody. Well, I hope now that you're sitting in the treehouse, you know, if you're sitting in my treehouse, then it's like 25. What is it? It's maybe 30 degrees outside, 25 outside right now. So just imagine that you're cold, okay? Because you're sitting in my treehouse here. So everybody say hi to Cowboy. You're looking good, John Wayne. I like that. Says I'm good. How's your wifey? Is she feeling better? So I know you said your wife was sick. I hope she's doing okay. I worry about all you guys. You're my family. You know that. You're my para family. And since last year in June, I've been just having so much fun with this show. I'm actually going on my 37th show. And I couldn't do it without you all. Y'all. I couldn't do it without y'all. Walter said, John Boy, you're here now and we can start the show. And John said, a little better. Okay, prayers for your wifey. I hope she does feel better. It's never fun being sick. Not at all. Not at all. Okay, so the word of the day is adaptability. Can you spell that in the chat for me so I know you're listening? Adaptability. That's our word that we're going to study tonight. It's pretty, you'd be surprised. Adaptability, that's a big word. And it's something that we all work on all through our life, right? All through our lifetime. adaptability, adapting. It's like, so it's adapting to, where do you think, what place do you think that you, okay, how can I put this? Okay, so let's say adaptability in the workplace. They are able to change their ideas or behavior in order to deal with new situations. So do you guys think, good job, Tony. So do you think you all are pretty adaptable to change? Do you all think in the chat? Do you think that you kind of roll with the flow, or do you fight it? You fight, being adaptable. This is kind of cool. I made a bunch of notes and everything, and I'll ask you guys some more questions. There's a lot of big words in here. And then I'm going to ask you guys some questions. There's like 6 essential adaptability skills, like if you, for at work, when you're working. Okay, now this is another word that kind of goes with adaptability, and you tell me what it means. Cognition, cognition. What does that mean? What do you think that means? Cognition, cognition. I can't say it, but I can spell it. Me and my words. Cognition. What is that? Thought thinking. Okay, good answer. Good answer. What else? Somebody else, give me, what do you think? Oh, and awareness. There you go. See, Will Fly, you should be my co-host every Thursday. So you're like onto all this stuff. So it says brain thinking. Some days my brain doesn't think. Some days I think I'm thinking out of my butt. You know what I'm saying? Some days are like that. Attention, language, learning, memory, and perception. Ooh. Now, those are all things that you have to kind of take to work with you, right? When you go working, or just in life in general. How adaptable are you to, like, your personality too, right? And hey, Danny, welcome. What is up, Danny? Danny's awesome. Danny, you've been flying a lot. I've been following your videos. You've been doing great, except for that one video. And I scolded you. Don't do that ever again. Yes. And we all know what that is. If you guys all saw that one video. And I scolded him. I said, bad Danny. And then we have, let's see, interpersonal. That's another one. Adaptability, interpersonal. And I never heard of this word either. Qualities, how we interact with each other, creative problem solving. So do you guys in the chat, are you, where's my problem solvers? Tell me in the chat if you think you're a problem solver. Like at work, you have to, I'm going to wait for Scotty. Scotty should be getting off of work and jump in the chat for this. And Scotty, Mr. French Fry. So let's see, what did I say? The qualities, how you interact with each other, creative problem solving. Walter, not the rope thingy, I hope. I was asking, he's talking to Danny. No, he did the wing tip. Right, Danny? You did the wing tip. Bad, Danny. Yes, and then the other person, he didn't get hurt, but Danny was trying to be all cool, and he knows he won't do that anymore. So where's my problem solvers? You're not a problem, Tony. Okay, so come on. Yeah, tell me where are my problem solvers. Where are my problem solvers? Do you think you're a problem solver? Put yes or no in the chat. Walter said that's fine. XOX. Okay, Shiga. I don't know if I consider myself a problem solver. I try. Well, since I'm, by myself or whatever, a lot of things I have to figure out on my own, pretty much. And do you ever feel like proud of yourself when you figure something out all by yourself? Like you didn't have to call a friend and go, I'm not sure how to do this. And you get whatever it might be, maybe fixing something at the house, something minor, Tony said, depends on the problem. No. The problem, it can be working on a problem, like working on projects, doing a project, but you weren't sure if you knew how to do it, and then you figured it out. But yeah, problem solving can be all kinds of things. It can be problem solving, the mental thing, helping your friend. I don't know, I've got issues. I'm having issues with this or that person today. So that would be like at work, that you'd have somebody talk to your supervisor, or the supervisor talks to you trying to solve the problem. How they'd go, what is the problem here? Why is this not getting done? Why didn't this job get done today before 5 o'clock? You needed to stock those shelves. Why didn't this happen, right? So that's kind of, talking over problems, right? Okay. So adaptability skills. Okay, so now we're going to get into 8 habits of highly adaptable people. So how many think put a yes or a high five or whatever if you think that you are highly adaptable. Be honest with me, okay? Do you think, when you think about yourself, do you think you're a highly adaptable person? I think I am, and I'm not. Hi, trash bag. Welcome. Glad you could climb up to Lindy's Treehouse tonight and hang with us on Thankful Thursday. All right, so John Wayne says, no, John, why is that you're not adaptable? You don't think you're an adaptable person? A lot of people have, I guess I used to be like, I didn't like change, I didn't like, when I moved from Arizona to here, I got got so used to my comfort zone, and I didn't like it that I'd have to change and move somewhere else, even though I was moving here, kind of thing. And certain things will come up, and Tony said same. Okay. Some things I have to, sometimes you don't have a choice, right? Sometimes you might have somebody at work that you have to work with that you don't necessarily care for, and or a new manager, right? So you have to be adaptable to that new manager, because there's always changes. John Wayne said, too old to change anything, grumpy old man. Yeah, I don't want to get in any relationships anytime soon. And like John said, I'm too old for all that drama. I don't need it in my life anymore. And I spent half my life in relationships. I really did. And maybe that's something that I needed at the time. That's how I look at it. But I learned a lot about myself, that's for sure. And Will said, that's why you're self-employed. That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. I like these answers, you guys. Thank you. Okay, now we go to 8 habits of highly adaptable people. They label, okay, what does this mean? They label their emotions in real time. What do you think that means? They label their emotions in real time. What do you think that means? It has to do with being adaptable. Does that make you think? That's why I love to do the show. Welcome, welcome chatters, welcome viewers, listeners, all that stuff. I'm so glad you're all here tonight. This is what we do in our chat. I pick your brains, see, and I make you think. And I love to see all your answers. So what does that mean? They label their emotions in real time. An adaptable person. I want to see some answers in the chat. What do you think that means? Well, you're usually the first one to answer too. They label their emotions in real time. Okay, Walter says, don't cry for the light. Okay, what's that mean? What's that mean, Walter? Tell me what that means. What does that mean? Being adaptable, but some people they label their emotions in real time. Oh, limelight. Okay. Oh, there you go. Okay, Trash Bag says, think. Shit, I only have 2 functioning brain cells. God forbid I actually use them. Oh, Lord. Oh, my goodness. That's hilarious, Trash Bag. Yeah, sometimes I look back on the things I did and I'm like, what was I thinking? What was I thinking? I don't know. Yeah. Some days I always say I got my brain up my butt. I don't know why I was thinking that. That's great. Trash Bag's being honest. I like that. See? He said sometimes his brain functions, sometimes it doesn't. That's okay. You're among friends, It's all good. It's all good. It's all good, Trash Bag. We all have those days. Believe me, I do. I as you get older, you put things, like a lot of times I'll put things away so I don't lose it. And then when I do need it, I can't find it. So I'm sure that happens to all you guys too. So they label the emotions in real time. What does that mean, you guys? Tell them. I want to see some more answers. And then we'll go to the next one. The adaptable people. I mean, look at y'all adapted to my show. Y'all come on my show on Thursdays. So you've adapted to me, adapted to the show. Like, okay, I can hang. I can jump in the chat on Thursday nights. I kind of like the whole idea of Lindy's Treehouse. Yeah, I'm adaptable. See, that makes you all adaptable because you're here tonight, right? Because if you weren't adaptable, you'd say, I ain't going to watch her. I'm not going to jump on Thursdays. What the heck? All right, let's go on the next one. They don't suppress their emotions. Ooh. Now, this is highly adaptable people, not just adaptable. They don't suppress their emotions. Hypnosis, Linda. That can, it's in a way that's good. They don't suppress their emotions, but you got to be careful. Where are you putting those emotions and how you're using those emotions, right? You can use the emotions in a loving way, or you can use those emotions, in a hateful way, right? What do they always say? My emotions got the best of me today. You know how people say that? That kind of makes you highly adaptable. Yeah. I want to see some more answers in the chat, you guys. Okay. Let's see. Trashback says maybe it means that they are aware of their emotional state at any given time and are able to adjust for that. Oh, there you go. I like that answer. I like that. That's very true. Yeah. If you knew how many people I wish I could tell off on the phone. Oh, no doubt. Walter says emotions can hurt. And of course, Tony said he's got to run now. Why are you leaving me already, Mr. Vegas? Were you heading to the casino? All right. Give Angela a hug for me. I know there's no football on tonight. Is there? I don't know. I don't even want to talk about football because my Lions didn't make it to the Super Bowl. And boo on the Chiefs. And I don't care. I don't know if I'm even going to watch the Super Bowl this year. I don't know. Okay. Love you, Tony. See you later. See you later, Gators. Yeah. Yeah, Trash Bag. He lives in Las Vegas. Mr. Vegas. That's why I call him Mr. Vegas, because he lives in Las Vegas. Craig B's not leaving, are you? No. You're not leaving, are you, Craig B? Because it said, see you, Craig B. Oh, fun. Not sure I could live there. Well, it gets pretty hot in the summer. The summers are very hot. 115, 120 in Las Vegas. Easily. I don't know. The last time I was in Las Vegas was 2015, maybe. And it's changed a lot. It's just, I mean, the Las Vegas, like the going down where all the casinos are and all that stuff, it's kind of icky. Oh, you have to go to work. That's right. Okay, Craig B. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You're awesome, Sauce. You are awesome, Sauce. Stop by tomorrow night for Scuba Vapes. Scuba Vapes tomorrow night. Yeah. All right, Craig B. Be safe. Ciao, baby. Okay, so let's move on to yeah, I'm like the song. I'm an emotional girl. You know, Terry Clark, her song Emotional Girl, that's me. Sometimes I laugh, sometimes I cry, and I don't even know why. Yeah, that's me. Okay, the next one of highly adaptable people is they practice self-care. All right. What do you think that means? What is practice self-care, you guys? Put in the chat what you think that is. You practice self-care. I practice self-care every day. I'm always real careful about what I watch, things that I read, you know, because you don't want all that garbage in your head, you know, all that negativity. You know, I keep up on, I don't get all political about stuff. I follow some things on, you know, on my, because I just have my, whatchamacallit, on my internet. So I just stream everything. But what do you guys, how many people in the chat practice self-care? What do you think that means? You can't, I can't tell. I can't tell. You're on Facebook 24/7. Oh, well, yeah, but I just but anything that I put on there, Scuba, is always, I always have good stuff on there. I always have positive things on there. I'm talking about just, you know, in general, I don't hang out with negative people. Yes, be healthy. That's right. Yeah, I would say I take pretty good care of myself. I get on my walks and all that. I never used to be this positive about myself. I really didn't. And it got better and better. Every time I'd go on my tandem rides, I got a little bit stronger, and I climbed a little more out of my comfort zone. And look at, here I am doing this show now. I don't think if I never went up and did my tandems and all that, I bet I wouldn't be sitting here right now doing my YouTube. You guys, I couldn't do it without y'all. You know, you helped me get this started, and I just kind of ran with it. Maybe for a while, for the first few shows, I didn't know what the heck I was doing, but I did it. And so I always, a positive mind, make you live longer too. And that's why I used to be so focused on trying to find that person, and I had to focus on finding that person where Lindy went, all those years, because I was so focused on taking care of somebody else that I lost myself in that person. I lost myself. And yes, yeah, Walter said, that's great, Linda. Your confidence has grown. Yeah, it has. It has, Walter. But I had to really work on it. And of course, a lot of prayer, a lot of praying, just spiritual. I'm a very spiritual person. I had to really start just getting down deep, what is Lindy like? Where is Lindy? Where is she now? And yeah. And I'll get up in the morning. Sometimes I look in the mirror and I get up in the morning or whatever, brush my teeth or whatever, and I say, hello, beautiful. So you guys, just start doing that. Even if you're having kind of a rough day or to get up in the morning or whatever, just start out with something positive. Like I said, I've been keeping a journal for 3 years now, and I just write everything. I write everything in there every morning. Whatever happened, how my day went, how I'm feeling. I write that in my journal. So yeah, that's self-care. Self-care is taking care of you. Okay. Yeah, I think I've come a long way with that, because like I said, I was so focused on taking care of everybody else. And trying to keep a relationship and all that. And I lost myself in it, but not anymore. I'm back, being better and better. Trash Bag says, I try not to be around negative people either. I think they can be helpful sometimes, though, just to keep a balanced perspective. Yeah, exactly. Yep. You just gotta, you're going to have things come at you that you're not ready for. And you're going to have, what was the word we used tonight? Life quakes. You're going to just remember that word. You can type it. Somebody type it in the chat for me. Life quakes. LIFEQUAKES. Life quakes. So somebody can type that in the chat for me, so other people, so you guys can see what I'm talking about. And I wrote that in my journal too, life quakes, because I Google everything and I looked up, the meaning of all these different things, and I've never heard of life quakes, and I thought that was a cool, that's a cool word. So, so you guys can type in life quakes in the chat. So we're all going to have that. It's just how you handle those quakes, right? And sometimes we have, that's good. Yeah. Thank you, Will. We'll put it in the chat. Sometimes we tend to dwell on things, on the negative things about us, about ourselves. And so we really want to practice self-care and practice more positive things. I know it's hard, especially I remember at work, working and stuff. That was hard. It was hard to stay positive about a lot of things. That's for sure. Some days I'd go home and in tears, and other times I was on the top of the world. So, that's life, right? And Walter gets the credit. Okay. Oh yeah, life quakes. There you go. That's your new word for the month, life for the month of January. Okay, so now the next one is they're open and curious about the world. Oh yeah, I could see Will, I could see you be adaptable, because you guys, all my parapeeps, and that's why I like my para friends, my parapeeps, because you guys are open and curious about the world. So that's why I've always gravitated to para-people, my para-peeps, and paramotors, para-peeps, my para-peeps. That's why I always gravitated to the shows and you guys, because you always have such a good outlook on life. And you always stay positive when it comes to flying, doing your flying. And that you learn as you go with flying and all that. And you have a zest for life. You like to do those things. You like to see the world. You like to travel around and go these fly-ins and all that. That's why I like about y'all. And that's why I gravitate to people that want to be successful. And not so much just successful as far as making the money part, but just be successful in life in general. Just being positive about things. And you will be successful in life if you just keep your chin up. And you're going to have good and bad days. We all have good and bad days, but it's how if you let it follow you for the next few days, it's hard that way, because I want to leave this world knowing that I left an impact on people, and a good impact, and made people. You make us think that it's draining. That's what the show is about. That's why I get y'all in here on Thursday nights. Yeah, see? And it makes you, that's what it is. That's why I do this, because it makes you think, about yourself. It makes you, and then when the show is done, you can go, wow, maybe she's right. Maybe I need to change my attitude about this or that. Maybe I need to change some things. That's what the show's about. I'm not perfect by any means. Believe me. I didn't get this beautiness overnight. Okay. I had to work on this beautiness inside and out. I had to work on it. And you guys all have beautiness inside of you. And, you got to work on you. That's what it is. So adaptability, I think I picked a really good word. I sit and rack my brain on Wednesday afternoon trying to think, what can we work with, for the show? All right. Okay. So we're going to go on to the next one. They act fast. Failure is the best way to learn. See? Now that has to do with you guys doing your flying. They act fast. Failure is the best way to learn. So, which means you're not afraid to try something new, right? That means adaptable, highly adaptable people are not afraid to try something new. So I went on my first tandem and I tried something new. So that day I was very highly adaptable. Like I was ready to go up in the air and try this, what everybody had been talking about for years, what it was like to go up in the air. And so I'd watch all the shows, and Eric and Jade kept saying, come on out to Torch, we'll take you up in the air. And Trash Bag says, crap, brain cell blowout, down to basic life support function only. Reboot says, you're not a robot. Trash Bag, you're not a robot. No, basic life support function only. You always, and see, when I do this, Walter says, learn from mistakes, not necessarily mine. Okay, there you go. There you go. Well, that's why I do this show, because not only does it help you, it helps me too. Yeah, it helps me. Yeah. Because the show's not about me. This is shows for you guys. But in turn, it does help me. I learn a lot of things when I go through, Google everything. I'm the Google girl. Google girl. Yes, that's me. So they act fast. Failure is the best way to learn. So if we didn't fail sometimes, right, how would we not learn from it, But I don't like to use the word fail. I don't like that word. Like when you hear people talk, yeah, your own mistake. Well, when you hear people talk, oh, I think I failed in my marriage. It was a failed marriage. I don't like that word. And I used to get review like at work when I had these supervisors that were old enough to be my kids, but they would give me my reviews, and I remember one time they gave me a review and talk about breaking your self-esteem, hurting your self-esteem. They must have used the word fail in my review, my 6-month review, yearly review, at least 6 times. And that really, I'll never forget that. That really stuck with me, Oh, yeah. Well, she failed to, get those 17 credit cards out for the week, She failed to blah, 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 blah. And how do you think I felt when I got out of that, got my review? Yeah, I felt like this big. And so that's another reason I don't even think with my marriages, I never look at it like, what did I do wrong? Did I fail in this? It happened. It happens. Relationships come and go. That's just life. Trash Bag says those are the kind of corporate hacks that the world has no time for. Yeah. I don't even like to use that word in my vocabulary, fail, because you don't fail. You just don't. I look at it, they could have worded it different. Maybe just say, well, you really need to work on this, or you need to work on that, but not you failed to do this and you failed to do that. It's all, how do they always say that? It's all how you say it, right? It's all how you say it. And Walter said, meantime, you put millions through till they stand up to your work. Yeah. Well, I found out that a lot of times people get hired. The people that were there the longest were always the first to be let go, because they want to train the new people the way they want to train them. They don't want them to know too much. And I'm surprised I lasted 33 years with Home Depot. I'm surprised, because I came so close some days to just walking out and saying to heck with it. And we've all been there. And thank God I didn't, but still, it was definitely a learning experience, that's for sure. Okay, so we're going to go, let's see. All right, so let's go on with the next one. Let's see. Will Fly's being awful quiet there in the chat. You eating dinner, Will? Where's Joe Adele? I don't see Joe Adele in the chat. Hi, Joe, if you're listening. Charlie Walsh, I know you're listening. You're at work. It's a lot of them. I know you guys you're there. I miss everybody. I miss, a lot of my chatters or whatever. Let's see. And Wendy Weaver, I love you if you're there. JD, I hope you're doing okay. And Wheezy, you can jump in the chat. Okay, here's the next one. Okay. But so they act fast. Failure is the best way to learn, but they're also sure to set aside time for reflection, and they get out of their comfort zone. I like that. So Walter said some companies want blood out of stone. Yes. But I like this. But they're also sure to set aside time for reflection, and they get out of their comfort zone. So that makes you adaptable, right? If you want to, to set aside for reflection. And that's what this show's about too. I like you all close your eyes, and just, you can do reflection and reflect on your life and think of all the good stuff that's happened to you, not the bad stuff. I think a lot of the good outweighs the bad. But then if you didn't have some of the bad stuff come in your life, then you wouldn't grow, right? So that's another thing. You have to be adaptable to You got to be adaptable, weigh the good and the bad, right? Right. And then, so we have all kinds of, there's so many words, so many meanings to being your adaptability. So many. And you're leaving me, Bill? Okay, night, Bill. I hope I wasn't too boring. See, I'm boring. Everybody's like, okay, Linda, we're falling asleep. I can start singing. I can sing. Now I'll start my show. I'm sure when people open up to watch my show, they'll be cracking up. All right, Bill. Take care. Have a good weekend. Okay. Be safe. Be safe, Bill. Be safe. Oh, yay, Will. Okay. Yay. And Will's still here. All right. So tell me some of these words with being adaptability also means having flexibility. Do you think those two words kind of go together, you guys? Another word was elasticity, elasticity. What does that mean? Will fly. Elasticity, elasticity. What's that mean? You guys tell me what elasticity means. Why would it have something to do with being adaptable? Elasticity. I'm not sure what that means. Elasticity. You guys know? The chat's pretty quiet. Okay, Will said ability to adapt to various situations. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And boy, don't we have to being flexible. See, that's cool because that was the next word, Will, on my list was flexibility. Yeah. There's so many meanings of this word. Adaptable people. Next one would be, which this word people don't use very often, workability. I like that word. I like the sound of that. Workability. So what does that mean? Will can't be the only one answering questions, you guys. Workability. Does that mean same thing as you're willing to be adaptable at work? Workability, it means you're not afraid to work. Maybe that's what it means. Maybe like you're getting an interview for a job and they ask you what your status is and workability is. So workability means good workplace. Oh, that's a good answer. Yeah, I like that, Walter. Yeah, good workplace, workability. Yeah, able to work with others, right? Maybe that's what it means too, that you're able to work with others. And not even, that even just goes with life, not just work, right? Workability. All right, now the next one is, I like this one too, resilience. So that kind of goes back, you have to be resilient. I think you have to be resilient if you're going to be a leader, and I think a leader has to have that adaptability too, if you're going to be a leader. Well, Will, you work for yourself. So you're your own leader, right? Yeah. And unless you have people that work for you, whatever, you make sure that they're highly adaptable. Bounce, back able. Okay. Yeah, workability, back able, that they can, as in what? As in lifting? Back able? Will said back able. Yeah, workability, resilience. Okay, so you got to be resilient at work, with work or with getting along with people, right? What's resilience mean, you guys? Tell me what resilience. Do you think you're resilient? I think I am. I think I can be pretty resilient. Put in the chat what you think resilience means. What's that mean? Being resilience equals bounce backable. Okay. Oh yeah, resilience, bounce back. Yeah. When people tell you he or she's pretty resilient. Yeah. Okay. The next one is, I can't even read my writing. Limberness. Well, I don't know about the limber part. Limberness, it says. So you have to be adaptable. I wouldn't be very adaptable doing yoga classes. Oh, hey, John. Welcome back. Welcome back, John. I'm glad you came back. We're so happy Cowboy came back. I hope you had a nice climb up in the treehouse. That wasn't, too much for you. I know it's a long way up to the treehouse tonight. Limberness. So, like I said, I wouldn't be very good at doing yoga or what's the other one? Yeah, I wouldn't be very good. Yeah, Walter's, yeehaw, because Cowboy's back in the house. And we already said workableness. So tell me what you guys learned tonight. Because we're gonna play my favorite game, because I'm asked questions. Tell me what did you learn tonight? Like with adaptable people, working with adaptable people. What do you think adaptable? What do you think? How do you act when you're around somebody that's not adaptable? What do you do? Is that maybe a non-adaptable person? Is that a word, Will? Non-adaptable? That they don't want to cooperate? Non-adaptable? What does that mean? Like they don't like change? They leave? Yeah. Oh, you leave. Walter says walk away. Okay. Yeah, because I'm sure when you guys, when you're around people, whatever, whether it be at work or at a flying or whatever, and how do we just always say, trash bag says sorry, work call. Okay, that's okay. So are you back, trash bag? Because we're just talking about people that, yeah. I remember trying to train people at work and talk about not being adaptable. Yeah, they just, okay, cool. They didn't want to work. I try to help them. You try to train them. They have somebody they had to train on the register, and they didn't want to work. They didn't want to listen to me. Sometimes it was hard just to walk away and say, okay, whatever. But sometimes I did. I would ask them if they need any help or try to talk to them, and they were not receptive to me helping them. So I would say, okay, all right, well, just let me know if you need any help. See ya. And then I just go on my way. Because some of the kids, especially some of the kids would be, they didn't want to listen to anything that I had to say. So that was our word for the night, adaptable. So now we're going to get into, we'll just kind of move it right along, my peeps. Got no idea of work, full stop. I don't know. I don't know how I made it 30 years. Like I said, 30 some years. Dang, okay, so tell me what was your, let's talk about work. Okay, so what was your first job? Tell me, put in the chat what your first job was. And I'll tell you what mine was. What was your very first job? You can put it in the chat. I don't care if you're just a kid or whatever. Some people, that's right. Put in the chat what your very first job was. Like maybe when you were a kid and you're old enough to work. Tell me what your first one. I want to see you guys. I want to see some answers here. And I'll tell you what my first job was. I know it takes a second. How I got my training to be a cashier. Will said working in a floor shop when I was 12 or 13. Really, Will? I would never even have thought of that. Really? So you did flower arrangements? That's cool, Will. At 12 or 13 years old, you worked in a florist. You were a florist. So you were you were a florist then, right? So you did the flowers and all that? I mean, you made all the flowers for like on Valentine's Day and everything, the vases, you put all the vases, all the flower arrangements. That's what it's, flower arrangements. Walter says pushing trolleys at the supermarket. Oh, that's right. You call shopping carts trolleys. I love that. I like that, Walter. Pushing trolleys at the supermarket. Well, somebody has to do it. Well, that kept you in shape, didn't it? Pushing those shopping carts. I wonder why you guys call them trolleys and the Americans, we call them shopping carts. Yes, the shopping carts. Oh, Will said no, he was only 12, so he just cleaned up a little bit. Okay. All right. That's cool. Well, yeah, somebody has to do it, right? Nothing wrong with that. You had to sweep the floor, sweep all the rose petals off the floor and all that stuff. I bet it smelled good in there every day, all those flowers. Okay, John Wayne said he milked cows and he laid brick. There you go. Okay. Well, I started working in my daddy's store. I think I was in 7th grade. And once a month, I would go there. We would go and stock the shelves after school, which I hated. I hated it. And we had to take our little stamper and stamp all the baby food jars and everything with my little stamper. And that was my first job, working my daddy's grocery store. We had a family-owned grocery store in Detroit. And then when I turned 16, 17, I was old enough to be on the cash register. So I learned how to work on the register. And then you had to actually count out the change, right? Walter said then he moved up to the produce section, fruit and veggie department. That's right. And you said you had a sign that said, don't spit on the bananas. That's what Walter said. That was he probably had a shirt. He probably had a shirt that said that on it. Don't spit on the bananas. And John Wayne said milk cows and laid brick. That's one thing I've never done before is milked a cow. I haven't done that yet. But yeah, I worked in my dad's store and I was 17. And then when I was 20 something, I stopped working at my dad's store and I went and worked worked downtown in Detroit. And I worked for, what was it? It was like a shipping company. And I did that for a while. Yeah. And then I got married. And then when both my boys, when they went, started back, I was able to stay home with them till they were old enough to go to school. When they went to kindergarten, then I went back. Then I went to work. And that's when I went and got interviewed for Home Depot. And so I got hired on at Home Depot in 1987. So that I was like 30 something like that, 30 something when I started working with the company. So yeah, I would have customers that would ask me, when I tell them how long I worked for the company, they would say, oh, you must have started when you were 18. And I'm like, yep, that's it. Yep, I was 18 when I started with the company. I'm like, if that's what you guys think, that's fine with me, because nobody believed my real age. And I'm going to keep it that way. You guys all know how old I am and stuff. So, let's see. Who else is still in the chat? Where's Scooby? Scooby-Doo. What was your first job? Tell me what your first job was. And Munchkin, what was your first job? Walter says hot 30s. Yeah. I wouldn't want to be 30 again, though. I think I just like where I'm at right now, you know? And what are you going to do? You're the age that you are, and that's it. John Wayne says, I forgot to take my drugs. Oh, no, I'll turn into a werewolf. Oh, no, John Wayne. You better get your drugs, please, because we want you to start flying pretty soon and not have to take all those drugs. I hope your ticker's working good. Oh, Will Fly said, yeah, you got to take care of that ticker, John Wayne. He said, oh, then I was a bag boy at Public, Wendy's, and busboy. There you go. So pretty much you always had a job, right? Me too. I always had a job. Yeah. Like I said, I was blessed enough I could stay home with Robert and Ryan when they were babies. Okay, so we're going to start here because we're at 9:20 mark. So now we're going to play our game again. Okay, you guys? I want to say hi to everybody. John Wayne came back. Will Fly's in the house. I'm hoping that, let's see, Munchkin's still here, and Scooby-Doo and Trash Bag, that you guys are all still hanging out with me. Okay, so I lost my page. Okay, here's my questions, okay? Walter Peoria said, John, too much shaving, take the drugs. All right, now this is my first, you know how we always do the questions at the end of the night, right? If I had $1 million, the first thing I would do is what? Put in the chat. If you had $1 million, what was the first thing that you would do? You tell me, and then I'll tell you mine. What's the first, tell me what, if you had $1 million, what was the first thing that you would do? You would invest in it. That's good. Yeah. I'd probably do the same thing, but I'd probably buy a house. And then I'd put it where when it was time for me to go, you know, I would just give my house to my boys. That's what I would do. And also book a flight. Yeah, that's a good one, Walter. Yep. I would love that. I like these answers. And the investing part, that's good. That's really good. Okay, so the next one. What I love most about where I live is what? What do you like about most where you live? Mine is Lake Michigan, because it's right down the street from me, so I can walk to the bay in the summer. And I love the Four Seasons. And I love being close to family, where they're not 25 states away anymore, that they're right, you know, close by. Instead, my family's 4 hours away instead of an airplane ride away. So I love it. Will Fly said, I'd rather buy a ticket to Australia to visit Walter. Well, yeah, if you win $1 million, you can invest it and do whatever you want with it, right? And Will says, I live in the boonies, so I love the privacy. Nothing like it. I love it up here. I do. Like I said, I live in a house, and there's like 8 people, but there's little apartments in this house that I live in, all little apartments. So these, my landlords, you know, when these people that bought these houses way back when, these houses were built in the 60s. But all the houses here are all like historical. You'd like it up here, Will, in the summer. It's beautiful up here. all the houses up here are historical houses, and a lot of people, the snowbirds, come in the summer. They close up their house in the wintertime, and they come back in the summer. But now that I think like snowbirds, there's like the snowbirds that come up here probably are maybe my age, or maybe in their 50s, 50s or 60s, or maybe they inherited these houses up here. And a lot of them move up here, and they remodel all these beautiful historical houses. So, yeah, I love it. It's quiet. It's quiet. I live upstairs. I got one guy that lives next door to me, and the kid works his butt off, so I never see him. And then the kid downstairs works a lot. My other two neighbors downstairs, they're really nice. They're really cool people. And so I'm very blessed to be up here. I'm very blessed to be where I'm at. I love it way better than being in an apartment, living in an apartment, building. So Will said, I thought the same. I'm 60 miles from Adelaide. Adelaide. So I feel like the housing's very expensive up here. It really is. And a lot of people come from downstate, because we call it downstate, come up here from downstate expecting to find a place to live with their families, and housing's such a housing shortage right now. So I'm very blessed that it worked out that I got in this apartment, and I thank my Lord Jesus for that. Hi, Weezy. How are you, girl? How are you? We're just playing a little game. Okay, let's keep it moving on here. I love you, Weezy. I'm glad you're here tonight. I was saying your name earlier. I was looking for my chatters. That's why I'm going to try and stay on here, maybe close to 10, because Greg Laney, he just got off of work, and we had just closed the show, and he jumped in the chat, and I felt so bad. So maybe we can hang till like 1:45 or something. Okay, so the next one is the first thing I ever made by hand was what? What's the very first thing that you ever made by hand? Okay. Like, how you'd go to the store and you'd say, I can do that. I can make that. I do that when I go to the stores, I see paintings. Walter said, Linda, Adelaide is the capital of South Australia. I didn't know that. Wow. I'm probably not saying it right. I'm probably sabotaging the name. But the first thing I ever made by hand was what? I have to say the first thing I ever made by hand was I used to go to ceramic classes. I can make do my own ceramics. What else? What else would you consider making it by hand? Play-Doh. I could make some good Play-Doh. Remember, everybody? You guys always used to play with Play-Doh. Push cart of wood. Okay. I know my brothers made a go-kart. Yeah, they made a go-kart. That's what you're saying, a go-kart? Push cart, go-kart's the same thing, Walter? Yeah, I would go, like I said, I go to the stores and I see paintings, and now I look at these paintings on the walls or whatever, paintings for sale, and I'm always like, I can paint that. I could do that. So it's kind of cool. All right, so the next one is, Will, did you put an answer in yet? The very first thing I ever made by hand was? I didn't see your answer, Will. So you put your answer in there. And then we'll go on to the next question. Deweese, what did you make by hand? What's your first thing? Trashback says, my lab partner and I made a turbojet engine out of a turbocharger. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. A clay pot. Okay. I like that answer, Will. Weezy, what did you make? What did you make for by hand for the first time? The friggin' thing was scary. Friggin'. I like that word. Friggin'. Yeah, instead of frickin', you say friggin'. The friggin' thing was scary. John Wayne says Adeline is also the name of the squire's wife on Lark Rise to Candleford. I never heard of that. Lark Rise to Candleford. So I'm not a movie buff. I used to go to movies when movies were good, but they're not good anymore. So I stopped going. I haven't gone to movies since I was like in my 20s when I went to see Staying Alive. Yeah, Saturday Night Fever. Yeah, that was I remember I went and saw that movie. Will says, or maybe it was glazed plastic plate. Can't remember. Yeah, I used to do, I used to love doing ceramics. I used to do ceramics. I still have my snowman, my cute snowman, ceramic snowman. So, okay, so the next one. All right, let's do the next one. Oh, this is a good one. I met my best friend for the first time when we worked together. Oh, no, that was my answer. I met my best friend for the first time when we what? Where'd you meet your best friend? Where were you at? Were you playing baseball? Were you flying? What were you doing when you met your best friend? And it can be male or female, because a lot of people, if they're married, they call their wife or husband or wife best friend. So Will said, you met your best friend online? Oh, wow. Oh, like, are you talking about like a dating site, Will? You met your best friend on a dating site? Dewey said, at a fly-in. 9:31 p.m. at a fly-in. So that's where you met your friend? You met your friend at a fly-in? Will said, I remember that. Okay. Cool. I met my best friend 2006. She was actually my supervisor at work, and we are still friends. And she's retired now, and her name's Evelina, and she lives in Florida now. But she just became my friend. And I had the most respect for her, at work. Just because she was a friend of mine doesn't mean that, I got away with things or whatever. But we're still really good friends. So I still have a handful of friends that I keep in contact with that I used to work with. So it's kind of nice. But there's nothing like having a best friend that you can talk to about anything. Trash Bag said a roller skating rink. Oh, that's cool. And Walter said street racing. We all need that friend. We all need a best friend. And my best friend, Evelina, got me through a lot of stuff. She did. Gosh. Yeah. I mean, I could pick up the phone, call her anytime to get advice on things. And she always knew, she knew exactly. She always gave me great advice and knew a lot of things I didn't know and vice versa. So, yeah, that's things. And then my daughter-in-law, she's my best friend too. She's the best. All right, we're going to go on to the next one. The first thing I ever tried to cook turned out what? So what was the first thing that you ever tried to cook? And how did it turn out? Walter says school. John Wayne says you have mail. I like that. I love that movie. Yeah, they don't make movies like they used to. That's for sure. The worst thing that ever happened. No, the first thing I ever tried to cook. Mine was when the microwaves first came out. And I looked in a little recipe book and I started looking up stuff to cook. And I decided to make a meatloaf in the microwave. And it was a nice 1 pound, 1 pound loaf, right? Hamburger loaf. And Will said, okay, Denise said spaghetti, and it was good. Will Floss said cinnamon hamburgers. They were disgusting. Ew, yeah. I'm not big on cinnamon. A lot of people love cinnamon, but cinnamon on hamburgers, yeah. Yeah, you want to do that. I made a meatloaf, and I was like, I'm going to add rice to it, right? And not realizing I had to cook the rice first. I just mixed the rice right in with the hamburger. And I don't know if I put it in the oven or the microwave, but when it came out, I kid you not, it was like, and Robert could tell you horror stories. It came out like this big. Okay. It was like this big. I kid you not. And my dogs wouldn't even eat it because the rice was like rocks in there, right? Or like gravel, like you were eating gravel. And so Walter said, probably an egg. Sure, that counts. That's all right. Trash bag says, I don't remember. I'm not very handy in the kitchen. Well, you and I, we wouldn't get along very well because I'm not real good at, I don't like to cook. I'm not really good at cooking. I'll cook, but I mean, thank God I have my air fryer now. I love that thing. I have my air fryer and my skillet. So those two things. And then I have my George Foreman grill, which I absolutely love. Walter, it depends on the egg. Did you scramble it? Did you boil it? When you said the very first time you cooked an egg by yourself? Yeah, trash bag. Says he can heat things up. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Let's make sure, whatever you heat up that it's microwavable because you don't want to blow up your microwave. And then Walter says, I can't cook. I'm with you. Like I said, I'm a very basic cook, very basic. I'm not one that, my daughter-in-law, Robert's wife, Erin, Robert's spoiled, man. That woman can cook and bake. Okay, here's the next one. Thank you for those answers, you guys and gals. The worst thing that ever happened to me at work was, so tell me what the worst thing that ever happened to you at work. I could probably name a couple things. Lots of bacon and eggs. Okay, yeah, now you're changing it up. See, yep, bacon and eggs. That's tricky. Got to cook the bacon all the way through. I like my bacon crispy. You guys like your bacon crispy, or do you like it kind of mushy? I don't like chewy bacon. I like crispy bacon. My dad always burned the bacon. He liked his bacon crispy. But the worst thing that ever happened to me, I think is when I wasn't feeling very good that day at work, and as I'm walking towards the back, it was embarrassing, through the appliance area or whatever, I'm holding my hand over my mouth because I'm ready to puke. And yeah, that was embarrassing. And I gave my phone number out one time to one of my customers, because I thought he was really cute, and I was like, oh, why not? I thought it was funny and all that. So yeah, I gave him my phone number, and then there was a couple people there was a couple guys my customers that I went out with. One of them, he took me out to lunch one time. We went out to dinner, and I always had really good conversation. And then I decided that I wasn't ready to date. I thought I was. The other guy, I met up with him for drinks, and come to find out he had a wife in England. I was like, great. So that was the end of that. And true story. Yeah. I thought he was funny, and I really liked him. And then come to find out, he's like, I I'm sorry, but I have to tell you, I didn't sleep with them, the guys. Okay, I didn't sleep with them. God no. And then the other one, I wasn't really into him at all. And the problem with that was, if you don't want to ever date people that you work with otherwise. But the problem with that was when I didn't want to see him anymore, I still had to see him because he was one of my customers and he would come in my line. And he came in my line one day and he was mad. And he couldn't understand why I didn't want to go out with him anymore. And he would not talk for a month at least. He would not come through my register. He would not look at me. He would not talk to me. The other guy, he was cool. He still, we stayed friends. But yeah, when he told me he had a wife in England, I was like, of course you do. Of course. Yeah, so that's my story. Yeah, that was my embarrassing thing. Don't do that. Okay, don't date your customers. Don't do that. Because if it doesn't work out, you still have to see them. That's the moral of the story. Let's see. Next one was one place I will always remember. Okay, Trash Bag says, don't dip your pen in company ink. Ooh, that's a good one. That's catchy. Trash Bag. Don't dip your pen in company ink. I like that. Yeah. Yeah, the one place I always will remember is, let's see, when I was growing up. Growing up, we took a lot of family vacations. And I used to love Caseville. I used to love to go to Caseville when I was growing up. So that's my thing. See, everybody likes your answer, Trash Bag. Don't dip your pen in company ink. Okay, so what's one place that you'll always remember? You guys got to put in there. One place that you always remember. Maybe growing up. Just put in there. Good policy, yes. What's a place you'll always remember? A place that you visited. Maybe growing up. Maybe you loved going to grandma's house. I used to love going to my grandma's when I was growing up. Remember, my grandma had a pretty house. JD, hi, babe. How are you? JD's in the house. Okay, I like that. Family farm in Ohio. Okay. Cool. Yeah, my favorite thing was going to Caseville, Michigan when I was growing up. We spent a whole week up there. They had little cottages, cute little cottages. Yeah. And then, well, when I was in Arizona, we'd rent a cabin. And it was always really pretty up in Sedona, Arizona. Rent a cabin. So, JD, you got to, when you can, you should get to Arizona and go to visit Sedona. Because your mom and dad are in Arizona, right? Aren't they in Arizona? Do they spend their summers there or their winters? Yeah, they spend their winters there, right? Or they live there year round. JD, your mom and dad. Happy anniversary to your mom and dad. Was that your mom and dad, right? On Facebook? It was their wedding anniversary. I know I'm asking a lot of questions. Yes. What else, you guys? Just Want to Fly said yes, going there February 18th. They just go for winter. And thank you. Okay. Yeah, you need to, they're smart. Yeah, they're smart. Where are they at over there? Do they live like in do they have like a place, a retirement community or something like where I live? But if you get, you're going to, yes, she said you're going there in February. Okay. Well, then you got to go visit Sedona then. This is a good time of the year. Because you don't want to go in the summer to Arizona. You know that when it's 115. Yes. Benson. I love it. Benson's, it's so pretty there. That's cool. Yeah. See, they got to take you to Benson. It takes you to Jerome, Arizona. It's a cute little town. Yeah, I love it. Sedona and Jerome and Flagstaff is beautiful in the summer. There's all kinds of nice places. Yeah, I know where Benson is. That's a beautiful area. Let's see. Walter said had to go around feet from the runway and flew around at night in Louisiana. That's cool. I love these answers. And Dewey said Montana. Cool. Yeah, I visited a lot of cool places. Not just, growing up, but of course, I lived in Arizona 42 years. Yeah, I lived in Arizona 42 years because Robert was born in Michigan, but then I moved to Arizona, and now I'm back in Michigan. So I did like a full circle. JD said, going there and we'll meet John Allen. Oh, cool. Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, that's cool. Oh, yeah, you're probably going to meet a ton of people when they know you're there. Oh, Los Angeles. Oh, okay. I thought it was Louisiana, Los Angeles. Okay. All right. Good answers, you guys. The gals. I'm so happy you're all here tonight. Okay. So, what's your favorite sandwich? Put in the chat what your favorite sandwich is. We're getting down to the nitty gritty here. I only have 2 more questions. That's it. So what's your favorite sandwich? I think mine is, I like corned beef sandwiches. I think yes, trash bag. See, we have something in common. Yes, the Reuben sandwich. See, that's right. Yeah, I love Reuben sandwiches. I love that. Well, my daddy, my daddy, I grew up in Red Robin hamburgers are good too. I've got their seasoning. I love their seasoning. I put that on everything. And Walter says salami and cheese. Okay. My dad used to make a salami sandwich with butter. I think that'd be like too much grease. When I was growing up, my mom made our lunches. I went to Catholic school. My mom made lunches, so I always had a ham sandwich, and then my brother had salami. He always liked his salami sandwiches, and I loved my ham sandwiches with the lettuce on it. Philly is a close second. Yes. Yummy. Yes. Reuben sandwiches are good. My dad, St. Patrick's Day, we always had corned beef sandwiches at my daddy's store. We'd always cook corned beef. And even when he was alive, 2021, right, when I was living with family, still living with mom and dad till my apartment was ready, we had, my mom made, we made the Reuben sandwiches or whatever, the corned beef sandwiches in a slow cooker. And they were so good. It was so good. Remind me when we used to eat the corn. My dad insisted on corned beef. I love you, Daddy-O in heaven. That's cool. I love these answers. Okay, here's the next one, you guys and gals. The most daring thing I've ever tried was, so either eating, the most daring thing that you ever ate, or that you tried, whether it might be doing wing overs or something when you're flying. What's the most daring thing that you've ever tried to do? My daring thing was going on my first tandem flight. That was my daring thing. Yeah. That was my most daring thing. I think that and then of course food. Yeah, barrel roll when flying. That is, wow. I bet you didn't do that again, right? I bet you were scared. Oh my gosh. You're like, okay, here we go. I'm sure you don't make a habit of it though, doing barrel rolls. Right? Yeah, Danny stopped by, but I don't know where Danny went. I wasn't ignoring you, Danny. I'm reading the chat and trying to follow everybody, and then also do my little thingy here. Oh, do you? Oh, that's good. Okay. All right. We'll start seeing some videos on Facebook then, I'm sure. And then what food, the most daring thing? Trash bag says flying a NDB approach near minimums at night, single pilot. What's a NDB approach? Walter said boats flying, drag racing. Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about. The boat races. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Mine was, let's see, what else? Okay, so I said tandem when I did my first tandem. That's the most daring thing that I've done. The most daring thing I've ever tried was, let's see what Will said, non-directional, beacon, and yuck. Ooh. Mine probably has to be, oh yeah, when me and Ryan Leslie and we all went out to lunch when we went to the fly-in 2023. And we went out to eat, and they said they gave me what looked like a chicken nugget, and it wasn't a chicken nugget. They're like, here, try this. You know, they're appetizers. And I didn't know I was eating alligator. Yes, I ate an alligator. That was different. I almost spit it out. Jade knows. It was the funniest thing ever when they told me no, it's not chicken. It's an alligator. I was eating alligator meat. See, she's laughing. I almost spit it out. We had so much fun that day. That was so much fun. I'll never forget that. It did. It tasted like chicken, but it wasn't chicken. I was like, poor alligator. I was so sad. Yeah, JD, you remember that? Oh my gosh. Oh, Will Fly said if you're a pilot, you'd understand. NDB approaches are an art form. Is that like butt landing? Is that what NDB is? Like a butt landing? Okay, last question, everybody. Last question. Will Fly said last time I did an NDB approach was on an instrument check ride. So you guys are all talking like this lingo that I have no idea what we're talking about. So you're going to have to explain to me. Close at Paramount USA. Oh, trash bag, not many of them left. Oh, butt landing, because I said butt landing. Okay. Yeah, that's okay. Butt landing, it happens, right? It's all part of learning. Okay, last question, everybody. This is easy. Last question. The first concert I ever went to was... What was the first concert you guys went to? Put it in the chat. My first concert was Kiss. I want to rock and roll all night and party every day. I want to rock and roll all night. Ronnie James Dio. Danger Danger, Lindy. I don't know who those people are. I don't know who see, I'm aging myself. Who's Ronnie James? Ronnie James, and then Danger Danger, Lita Ford. I don't know who that is. Yeah, I went and saw Kiss. That was pretty good. That was a good concert. Yes. And I think, and then I saw Tanya Tucker. I saw her at the State Fair. I was just a teenager when I saw her in concert. She was she was young too, because she's not much older than me, Tanya Tucker. Yeah, I love all Tanya Tucker's songs. I sing a lot of her songs in karaoke. Yep. Santana. Oh, there you go, Walter. Now I know who Santana is. Yes. They're a great, great, great band. Fun times, man, going to concerts. Oh my gosh. Wow. Yeah, Tanya Tucker. I still know I used to sing a lot of her songs in karaoke too. I already told you that. And I used to listen to all her, on my CDs, I used to listen to her songs too. She's got some really good songs. San Antonio Stroll. That was my favorite song. Early 70s. Yep. Yeah. I love Choose, my favorite. And then George Strait, of course. I saw him in concert too. And what other ones you see in concert, you guys and gals? I saw Clint Black, and of course I met Clint Black in person. That was really cool. After the road, I was in the back, and the media. We had media passes, and I was in the back. And since my ex was a rodeo photographer and he was doing that rodeo, we got media passes and sat in the back. And Clint Black was in the media room eating dinner, and somebody walked up. Boston, I love Boston. Carry on my wayward son. Isn't that Boston? Yep, right? Finish the words. There'll be peace when you are gone. That's right. Lay your weary head to rest. Oh, bang. 10 points. I lost those 10 points. That's Kansas. Boston, throw a song out there. What is Boston? I forgot. You guys, Deep Purple? You guys remember Deep Purple? NSYNC. I love them. Yes, Carry On, My Wayward Son. Well, at least I knew the words. I might have had the wrong group, but I know the words. New Kids on the Block, Rio Speedwagon, Richard Marx, Oak Ridge Boys. Now you're talking. Yeah. Who else did I see? And I saw what's his name? It's a great day to be alive. Dun, dun, when I close my eyes. I saw him in concert too. Oh, More Than a Feeling. Yeah. That's a makeout song. Now I want to put all my music on now. I'm getting all jamming out here. All right. So I want to say, I'm going to read. So I always read something before we close the show. You know me. I found something really cool. But I want to say thank you to all my chatters, my listeners, my viewers that stopped by tonight. You guys mean the world to me. You really do. And I have so much fun. I get so excited every Thursday night, Thankful Thursday, because I'm thankful for all of you. I want to leave you with this note. Don't sweat the small stuff. Don't sweat the small stuff. I like that. Life is hard. It is. And I pray for all my peeps. I do. Because we're all going through stuff. And I have to, and that's another thing too, my son Ryan, last week we went to a memorial for his best friend passed away. So they had we went to the funeral home. This is Ryan's best friend, Ted. And, I have to say, I've never been to, I love you, Tedster. We miss you a lot. I'm going to read something too, but I want to tell you really quick. So they had the memorial, and it was Ted was also a veteran, and they also had he was also tribal, and they did a tribal ceremony, and they had a guy there he was called the Medicine Man, and it was pretty moving. There wasn't a dry eye, in that funeral home anywhere. And when he played the taps on the flute, on his flute or the pipe, a flute, whatever he had, I lost it for sure. It was pretty cool. They talked to the eagle with the tribal. The eagle is very spiritual. And he had this long feather, big old long feather, and they were putting like incense, like this incense stuff, and going around, with the feather over people's heads and stuff. That's what tribals, that's what they do. They're very spiritual. But it was pretty, it was pretty emotional. And like I said, life's too short. and hug your loved ones, tell them you love them. Call your mom, call your dad, just send them a text, send that person a text and say, how's it going today? Just want to let you know I love you. Let them know you're thinking about them. Just do it. It all takes a simple thing. A lot of times it'll just make people's day, that maybe that's what they needed just at that time for you to say, I hope you're having a good day, or send them a little inspiration. That's what I do with my friends. So I'm going to read this. Speaking of inspirations, I'll let y'all go. Okay, so hang tight. Okay, you guys all got to listen. It's like now at the end, we all gather around the campfire, right? Picture that we all climbed out of the treehouse and we're all sitting around the campfire, okay? Because we're getting ready to close the treehouse. In the grand theater of life, you are both the actor and the audience. Every day you play a unique role, making choices, taking actions, and creating moments. Yet you're also the observer, learning, reflecting, and growing with each experience. Life's performance is feeling, so make it meaningful. It's fleeting. Life's performance is fleeting, which means going fast. So make it meaningful. Live fully and let your heart guide the script. And I just want to say, I wish you all a life filled with purpose and inspiration. So that's for you guys. My heart. I always read something that you can take with you. And I do. I wish you a life full of, just stay inspired. Tell that person you love them. Give them hugs. I love all you guys. Big hearts. And I appreciate everybody, my chatters, my listeners, viewers. If you haven't, my viewers, subscribers, you haven't subscribed yet, thank you, Walter. Thank you. Thank you, Will. No, you're a sweetheart. Dewey said, Linda, you're a sweetheart. Will said, very nice, Linda. Thanks for the show. Walter said, nice. I love, that's the stuff that inspires me. And I love to share it with you, all you guys on Thursday nights. And just to let you know that I care about every one of you. And like I said, life's too short. And I love y'all. And yes, make sure tomorrow night is Scuba Vapes. So make sure that y'all jump in and watch his show. I always hang in the chat. And prayers for Shani. We'll keep praying for you, Shani. We pray for you for strength. Will, please tell him that I pray about him every day, that I'm thinking of him, okay? When you talk to him, just let him know, yes, that I always worry about, I still worry about him and all that. So send him heart. I'll send him hearts, right, like this. So everybody put a heart in the chat. Give me a heart, one of these. Okay, so you can heart back, and then we'll say goodnight. And anybody who's listening, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Okay, it's real easy. YouTube channel, Paramount USA. And join Lindy's Treehouse. Jump in the chat. Say hi to everybody. I told you we don't bite. And it just, yes. And prayers to JT. Happy anniversary, JT and Michelle. I love you bunches. Stay safe out there in North Carolina. And that's Mark Honeycutt, his lovely wife. Make sure you guys stay safe if you're listening out there. And I love all the hearts in there. Thank you so much, so much. So I'm going to see you. I'll see y'all next Thursday, and we're going to roll right into February already, 2025. What the heck? So this was the last show of February, right? So thanks. I'm glad you all enjoyed it. I enjoyed this too. So I will see you guys all next week. And like I said, if you're not sure about stuff, just pray about it. I pray about things every day, and I pray for you all. So get out there and inspire somebody, and just do that self-care thing and take care of you and encourage others, okay? Nighty-night. Got to get my mousey going here. I love you all. Love you, Gypsy, if you're listening, Michelle. And we'll see you in February. We're rolling right out of January already. So I'll see you all next month, right? Next month. Well, you see me on Facebook. You know, I know. I'm always on there. But anyway, love you bunches. And I will see you later. Be safe, okay?